Hi, I'm Paula from memakeythings.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a painted growth chart. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is to just go to the dollar store and find something like this that is a do-it-yourself color a banner, and then flip it over, and then you already have a nice long chart that you can use to paint on. So that's where I started. Then I wanted to come up with some kind of an easy design that that would look nice and neat and clean. And so I got these flower stencils, and one of these happened to have a nice little border design along here. So that's what I used along the side there. And then I painted a vine just freehand with a brush, and then just used the lighter color, and then I went to the darker color as a little accent along the line there, and that's pretty easy and simple to do. And then if you're not very good at making flowers, you can use a stencil like I did. And then I'm just going to show you how I used just a plain stencil, and you can leave them plain like this if you want to, but it's really easy to just go back in and add a little bit of accent with a brush. And all I did was took my dark pink there, and I just went in and these ones right here, I just did a kind of a little extra dab in there. And then some of these other ones, I just kind of outlined the leaf just a little bit, just to add a little color accent. Another thing that I wanted to point out is that after you go along and just take a ruler and measure an inch for each one of these lines, then when you put it on the wall, you want to just measure how tall is 3 or 4 feet, and then make sure you line it up with that, exactly where that is. But these, you can freehand your letters if you want to. I would probably use a marker to do it instead of painting everything, but if you want it to be all uniform, the same kind of look, you can use paint. The stencils work really well to make these numbers, but sometimes when you use these pouncers, sometimes in particular these spongy ones, the paint can be a little bit, it's easy to get them overloaded and have a little bit of leaking around the edges, so your lines aren't quite as crisp. And that is pretty easy to just go in with a brush, and you want to get something with a nice fine tip on the end there. And then just come in here and clean your edges up just a little bit with a brush. You don't have to be that good with the brush to do that. Or if you don't mind having a little bit of bleed around your stencils, it's not really that big of a deal. It just depends on what your end goal is and how crisp and clean you want your lines to be. Just clean that up just a little bit there. And actually, one of the things that I always recommend is practice. So if you just practice doing your stenciling on a piece of paper before you put it on your actual project, you will know exactly how your paint and your tools, brushes are going to behave. Oops, I got a little bit of bleed over there. Anyways, that is a simple way for you to clean it up. So that is how to paint your own growth chart. This is Paula from Me Makey Things. Get out there and do some crafting.